Says we're live.
Hey guys, Savage Joy here with Real Progressives. Tonight I am joined by Ahmad Saadaldin. He is in Florida, and I apologize about, any kind of sound. He's actually taking time out of his best friend's wedding in the lobby at the hotel to speak to us because their election is Tuesday, so we didn't have time to waste. But he is running for District 58 in Florida for the House of Representatives. He is running as an independent, which we love. And should he win, he would be the first independent in Florida's history to be in the House of Representatives. So that's pretty huge as well. So thank you so much for joining us, Ahmad. That's awesome.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I actually saw when I was researching you that the Green Party endorsed you as well.
Yes, the Green Party of Tampa, whom I organized with, the Green Party of Florida, the Democratic Socialists of America, the Tampa chapter has also endorsed me. That is correct.
That's pretty huge to cross party lines like that. So as an independent, you also have DSA and Greens and other endorsements. That's pretty awesome. I also saw when I was looking at, I saw Linda Sarsour endorsed you, who is, pretty awesome. That's pretty huge. For those who don't know, she co-organized, she's the national co-chair of the Women's March. She's a huge activist. And the fact that she endorsed you is pretty rad. When I was watching your campaign video, I saw you spoke about living wages, healthcare, and climate change. So you do seem to be running on a progressive campaign. What is something you're the most passionate about right now?
Oh my God, I am passionate about so much about this. Mainly, to be honest with you, the reason why I'm running as an independent is because I am completely fed up with the two-party system. And I think many Americans out there feel exactly the same. I saw in this race an opportunity. It's a small special election. I figured, why not? I want to take responsibility. I don't want to sit on the sidelines and complain anymore. I know if real change is going to come, then we, the people, must get involved and represent ourselves. And in this race, there was a Democrat running, but this Democrat has lost 5 elections in a row. He is not progressive in any form. And so, I decided I'm going to go ahead and do it myself. And this is the opportunity to do it. And so that's really what I've been passionate about, is preaching to the American people that listen. While Democrats themselves are very nice people, and in fact, in my campaign, I have active Democrats that are part of the Progressive Caucus. My campaign manager, Joe Walters, is in the Progressive Caucus of the Hillsborough County Democratic Party. But the Democratic Party itself has issues. And so the American people don't need to be confined into this box where they only have 2 options, right? They can have more than one option. And that's the message that I think we're definitely very, very passionate about.
Agreed. Absolutely. I exited as an independent as well. I like, and you're kind of the epitome of the example, because as an independent, you are your own person. You vote for people, not party. And that's how you're able to work with Dems and Greens and DSA. So that's awesome. What was the thing that really got you? I know you said you're frustrated with the 2 parties, but what was the thing that really inspired you to say you could do this for the first time?
Hillary Clinton versus Donald Trump in 2016 was probably the most frustrating election I'd ever seen in my life. I'm young. This was only my 3rd presidential election, but it was very, very frustrating for me to see 2 of the most unpopular candidates in American history go head to head, none of them talking about the issues. Of course, we know Hillary Clinton pandering to Bernie's base, just giving us more lip service. We're not seeing any true, genuine actions that lead us to believe that, she wants to represent progressive values or the progressive base in this country. And so during that time, I decided, I've been an activist for years. When I was in college, I organized a divestment movement. We were calling on our university to disinvest funds in private prisons, fossil fuels, the occupation of Palestine, the war industry, student loan companies. And so I saw this as a continuation of my activism. I figured During my time at USF, when we moved 10,000 students, it's the largest student movement in the history of the United States. And it took place on my college campus, and I co-led that movement. And we moved 25% of the entire student body, calling for disinvestment in these companies due to the impact it has on civil rights, human rights, the environment. And our university board, essentially was 9 people, discussed our petition that took over a year to organize. It was a mass movement on campus. They discussed it for 15 minutes and then voted against it. And so I learned in that moment that we can't just be activists on the outside. We have to try and work within the system as well, and put ourselves in the position where we can make the right decisions. And so that's why I decided to run.
Awesome answer. So is it safe to say that in primaries you were a supporter of Bernard, or?
Absolutely. I actually, registered to vote for Bernie Sanders. I was an independent at the time as well, and so I decided to register as a Democrat and give that whole campaign a chance. And I was obviously skeptical, like many other people, of his chances, but I really saw the energy, the hype, the excitement. I saw, even till now, I see the energy and the excitement in people on the ground, and Bernie Sanders contributed to that. And so I was definitely in support of him, for sure.
Awesome. I do see that it says you have 160 volunteers. So how does that come about? What's that?
It's 184 now.
Wow. So how did you acquire all these passionate people?
Well, what I will say is I am a Muslim, and I'm very proud of that. And in my community, we have a very tight-knit community. We all grew up with each other. And so there are many people that volunteer for me because they believe in what we're doing. And also just because as Muslims, they love to organize, they love to volunteer. So they're feeding the homeless on Fridays, or they're volunteering for my campaign on Mondays. They're sending text messages for me. Volunteering for my campaign is very easy because of our use of a mobile application that I see as cutting edge when it comes to political organizing. It's a mobile application that allows us to upload voter information and allows us to directly text them within seconds. So, we write a script beforehand. All you got to do is tap and text, and it comes directly from your phone number. And so 184 volunteers are sitting at home. They are in school. They are in class. They are maybe at work, they're stuck in traffic, and they're just tapping to text. And throughout this campaign, we've been able to send over 70,000 text messages in just a few months. And that's why it's so easy to volunteer for our campaign. And that's why we have so many volunteers.
That's incredible. That I'm looking forward to that kind of technology come 2020, because I hated phone banking. Bernie's the only person I would have done that for. I hated it. That's much easier. I like that.
Exactly. Many people are very, very shy to pick up the phone. But of course, with our campaign, we're trying everything we can, right? So I'm speaking at events. We're making videos. We're trying to be different and unique with the form of production that we do with our videos via social media. We are phone banking, knocking on doors, text banking. We are doing interviews. We're doing whatever we can to reach out to every voter in this district.
Well, definitely you are taking chances and you are making an impact regardless of the outcome. I know you mentioned being a Muslim, and, I saw on your page, you have not always been embraced for that, which is a damn shame. But, there definitely are some xenophobic assholes out there. So do you, to say the least, so do you feel like you have, it seems like you have the support of the Muslim community as a whole. So I hope that the person you had on your page the other day was kind of a isolated incident, hopefully, or do you feel like it?
Majority? No, it's definitely not the majority of the people we reach out to. Of course, it's been quite a bit because we've been reaching out to like over 30,000 voters on repeatedly. So, maybe 1 to 2% of those people respond in that way. F off, you're a Muslim, I'd never vote for you. You want Sharia law. You're a terrorist. I could never vote for a guy named Ahmad. Ahmads deserve to get murdered. I've heard all those different types of things. but it's not the majority of people. There are our campaign team is very diverse. We have Muslims, Jews, Christians, white people, black people, brown people, atheists, agnostics. Our campaign team is very, very diverse. One thing we have in common is that we're all progressive, and we are all tired of the two-party system, and we want to see real change on the ground. And I think the voters we speak to as well, they've been very, very diverse. So it's definitely frustrating, and it is kind of concerning sometimes when someone says you deserve to be killed. It's, is this person serious, or is this person just a troll? So we do take our safety and our security very, very seriously, but at the same time, it's not the majority of people.
Good, because that pretty much infuriated me when I saw that. I was like, okay, don't vote for him then, and shut up. Like, that's it. Just don't vote for him. So what can we do with the painful divide between, not even Democrats and Republicans, but there's this huge fractured movement between progressives? What are some things that you do to kind of bring that solidarity back that we once had?
Well, we just try our best to focus on the issues and commit to the issues. I think people believe that actions speak much louder than words. And so we've been preaching to, honestly, we've had to work hard to earn the vote, to earn the support of Democrats. But there are Democrats that are voting for us. There are people, of course, that are party loyalists, that are either committed to the party or they are committed to the idea that, listen, I understand that there are problems with the Democratic Party, but we have to commit to this existing infrastructure if we want to actually win. And there's truth to that. But there are Democrats that are voting for us, and it's because they see the energy, the excitement from our campaign, and they see that we're committed to the issues. They know for a fact that I do not accept any money from special interests, political action committees, oil companies, banks, none of those things. They see that we are committed to raising the minimum wage, to bringing universal health care, to supporting higher education, to supporting our public school system. And so when people hear these things, they see these things, they can very easily just look past the fact that I'm not a Democrat, I'm an independent, but I work with everybody. You can see that with my campaign team. And that's all that this is about, really. This isn't about party politics anymore. I think we need to break out of that, just focus on the issues, fight for our values, and I think that's what's going to resonate with the American people.
I agree 100%. So that is something you did then when you were trying to campaign for votes. You also reached out to Republicans and Greens and everyone alike?
Absolutely. We didn't spend too many resources reaching out to Republicans. Not because we don't think we can win over some of those votes. We definitely could. In fact, at the very first debate, there were over 550 people. Half the room were probably Republican. And there were Republicans that came up to me afterwards, and they were very, very motivated and inspired by my presentation. And they said they didn't agree with everything I said, but they definitely resonated with, quite a bit of what I had to say. And they definitely agree that we have an issue with the two-party system and we need to reject money from these political action committees and special interest groups. But we just didn't have the resources to spend too much time trying to reach out to Republicans. So we've been reaching out mainly to independents, to Democrats, to obviously the Green Party, to Democratic Socialists.
And that's what's amazing about social media. I mean, we learned with Burns' campaign, we are the media. Like, if you're not, a super PAC, shill, you're not getting on TV. You're not getting that kind of attention. So props for everything you've done. You have a huge following. What do you say for people who are so defeated right now that they just want to give up and they say, what's the point? Trump is there. He's like this overlord and we can't do anything because everything we're fighting for, we're losing. So what is your advice when you meet people like that?
I think people need to understand first and foremost that when you feel hopeless, it's because they want you to. And so if you give in and feel that way, then you are basically agreeing that nothing can be done. And that couldn't be further from the truth. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying it isn't corrupt. And I don't blame people that say, why should I even vote? I fully understand why they say that. And I agree with a lot of their points and their criticisms. But I think people have to understand that if you're waiting for a savior that looks like Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump and maybe even Bernie Sanders, then, you know, you're going to be disappointed. If you want real change, commit to the values, educate yourselves, use your social media for good, spread the truth, and stand up for yourself, represent your family, your friends, your neighborhood, your community, step up to the plate. That's what democracy is about. And I didn't even want to do this myself, to be completely honest with you. It's not easy to put yourself out there in the public, to be scrutinized and criticized. I have trolls. I have people that hate on me. I have people that tell me I deserve to be killed. Like, this isn't necessarily easy, but it has to be done. And I believe that it has to be done for myself, for my community, for the future, for future generations. And so if you believe and agree with the same thing, then step up to the plate.
100. And especially because you, as an activist, you know what we're going through. You've been there. So, and you're also not the 1%. So for those two reasons alone, you'd have my vote. And then I like a lot of your policies as well. But, I apologize to the viewers. But like I said, Ahmed is at his best friend's wedding.
I can give you a few more minutes if you want to take some questions from the viewers, because I do see people commenting. So I'd be happy to take a couple questions.
Why don't you reach out and grab one, whichever one catches your eye?
Oh, I can grab? I don't know how to do that.
No, just like whatever's flashing by.
On the screen, okay. I'm going to avoid trolls, though.
Yeah.
Give this man a medal. Oh, thank you, Sam. You're a very nice person. Texas would vote me in. Maybe. Highly doubt it, but maybe. Independent here. April, what's up? I love you, April. Let's see. Who else we got? Questions. We want questions, right?
Yeah.
I did see someone ask about MMT. I think that's a little too complex for me to kind of break down in these next few minutes here at this wedding. But I definitely do pay attention to the discussion and the debate over MMT. What are my thoughts on the national debt? I think it's too high, but to be completely honest with you, our economic system, our fiscal system is very, very complex and very, very complicated. When it comes to the Federal Reserve and the Treasury bills and the way our economy operates, it's very, very complex and complicated. And I still really don't take a stance on MMT. I'm not really sure if it's the way to move forward or not, but I do accept that modern monetary theory is the way that our economic system currently operates. And I think there's, ups and downs to it for sure.
Yeah, that's definitely something that would take a much longer show than 20 minutes.
Right,
Sorry, guys.
But I am learning about this more and more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Do you want to just give a quick breakdown of Tuesday? Like, I saw that polls are open till 7 p.m. In Florida. Do you want to give your website, your Facebook, everything like that? If people want to do last minute, like phone banking, anything like that?
Sure. I'll answer James's question really quick. Yes, I'm willing to learn, my friend. I'm constantly watching YouTube videos trying to understand this, but I'm sure you agree that it's very complex. When it comes to my campaign, now the election is on Tuesday. If you have any friends or family that live here in Temple Terrace, Seffner, Thanota-Sassa, or Plant City, Florida, which is essentially in the Tampa area in Hillsborough County, then please tag them, message them, call them, ask them to vote for Ahmad on Tuesday on Election Day. Only 13,000 people are expected to vote. So far, 10,000 people have voted. An additional 3,000 people are expected to vote on Election Day. And so the election can be won during this time. So again, if you have friends or family, please tag them. Our Facebook page is called Ahmad 458. That's AHMAD FOR, the number 58, Ahmad 458. On Facebook, you can see our videos. You'll see our statuses. You will get a full picture of what this campaign is about. Please like us, follow us. We're not taking any more donations. This isn't about money. If you can help us by tagging your friends and getting them to vote for us, we also have a mobile application. You are more than welcome to message our page if you want to volunteer. We will get you a login and a password, and you can start sending text messages with the push of a button. You can send 100 texts within 5 minutes. It's very simple, very easy, and it definitely helps.
Awesome. Well, I definitely wish you the best of luck. Guys, if you're feeling defeated or anything, just please go vote. It takes 2 seconds. We need more progressives in office, in even statewide, citywide, countywide. We need more progressives. So best of luck. Please keep in touch. But we are definitely rooting for you. And give our best wishes to the man and bride and thank them for participating with us tonight.
I will. Thank you all so much to the viewers. Thank you to Real Progressives. Joy, thank you very much. God bless you. We love you. And it isn't over till it's over. So we're going to keep swinging.
Absolutely.
So you all will stay strong and confident. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.
You too. Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.